Hey y'all, we are back with another grocery haul and meal plan video. First off, I'm gonna say, well, look at my new hoodie from my gym. Hey, it's so great. There is like so much space in here. Anyway, okay, let me not go off of this. Also, I'm giving you the kind of like I dream of Jeannie midriff situation. Did you know that at that time there was a TV decency code that meant that like you couldn't show your belly button? So if you go back and watch I Dream of Jeannie, you would never see, like, you saw her whole midriff and everything, you would never see her belly button. But also, she's a genie, so like, would she have a belly button? Do you know what I mean? That being said, if she's a genie, she wouldn't be human, so her whole thing would be a facade, so she should probably maybe have a belly button if she was like in the form of a human. Whatever, this is completely unrelated. Hi, I'm Lindsay, and here at the Plant Plan, we have many asides and anecdotes and silly things. But the intent the intent is to show you how to eat well for your goals. May that be physique goals or may that be just general health goals. My goals are to be as swole as possible. So I'm eating for muscle gain, and I'm also eating to maintain my fat loss. I don't talk about this often, I probably should, but I have lost over 80 pounds and I've maintained that weight loss for quite some time. And so it's something that you're constantly not monitoring. It doesn't take up too much brain space, thankfully, but it's something that you want to be mindful of, or that I want to be mindful of, because those fat cells didn't disappear. They're still there. And I want to make sure, especially as I'm aging, about to turn 40 later this year, especially as we're aging, as we're entering into perimenopause, menopause, things like that, you want to be mindful of your body composition. This doesn't mean harsh dieting. This doesn't mean, all this kind of crazy stuff, but it does mean that you want to either eat at maintenance or just below maintenance if you need some fat loss. It may mean that you have to work to build muscle, to help you have more metabolically active tissue, to be able to move of your own volition when you need to into your later stages of life, et cetera, et cetera. Well, there's so much more that having a good body composition does, but today is not the day to talk more and more about that. Today is the day to show you how that stuff is done as far as what's on your plate and what you're inviting into your home as far as food. So let's talk about my wacky cockamamie plan for this week. So as you may remember, I bought a ton of veg the last time around. I still have a lot of veg. I still have some sliced peppers and onions. Turns out I didn't need that much, but I sliced up every damn pepper. So there's all of that going on in my fridge. Thank goodness I stored them well so that there's no food waste. The mushrooms that I had, I still have some mushrooms left, but I bought some more. Those are in a paper bag. Moisture level is perfect on that. The rest of my broccoli, I got like a 2 or 4 pound bag, I can't remember, of broccoli. I stored in the refrigerator just what I needed, and the rest is in the freezer. So, I have the Mediterranean peppers. That was like a huge 4 pound bag, something like that. So all of these things I still have a lot of, right? So I didn't need much, but I needed some things at the grocery store, and that's what I got just to top myself up. Okay, so let's go through one by one. Here are my bags here. This is probably my favorite tote bag. It's large, but not obscenely large, and it also has the logo of my one of my favorite Harlem coffee shops just up the road, and it's Manhattanville Coffee. But look at this design. We're not here to talk about that. Oh my God. Okay, so I got some sourdough bread at Trader Joe's. Mind you, this is all at Trader Joe's. This is a Trader Joe's grocery haul. Wow. Okay, I said it. So this is the sliced sourdough sliced bread. The other sourdough bread they have is also sliced, so I don't know why they named it this way. But this is more of a like Pullman style, with the kind of like sandwich bread shape. So there's that. So we have some bread on deck. This will likely be in my freezer because I don't necessarily have plans for sandwiches like every day throughout the week. But I do like having bread on hand for those days where you don't want to make your meal prep or you're lazy or what have you, and a sandwich will just get it done. And so that's why I have that. I ran out of my farmer's market sourdough bread, very sadly. That happened yesterday. I had one measly slice and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the hell out of it. And so now I'm getting this lackluster store-bought sourdough bread. In any case, we have more things to look at. So I am running out very quickly of this, my favorite protein powder from Owen. It's their chocolate one. It's not the most economical thing to buy, especially, so this last one was my very last shipment from Amazon. As you know, I'm not on Amazon Prime anymore, and I think that is the most cost-effective place to buy it, the most affordable place to buy it. If you go on their website, it's also not bad, but it's kind of like, okay, now it's an extra shipment that I have, and I'm just like, let me see if there's places around me that where I can buy protein as needed. My plan for the week was to go to my local grocery store and buy the Bob's Red Mill soy protein isolate powder. They don't have it anymore. I went to another neighboring grocery store. They had every other Bob's Red Mill situation. They did not Bob's Red. Yeah, Bob's Red Mill. They didn't have it there either. I do have some pea protein powder, like plain pea protein powder. So I'd used that yesterday for a protein shake. But I don't want to just have that. I want something flavored, just to make it easier on the days that I'm going to work, that I'm not like making a whole recipe concoction to make it palatable, right? So I know that Whole Foods also carries that brand Owen. But it's an opportunity right now for me to explore different options that I haven't before. And so at Trader Joe's, they do have they have a few vegan protein powders. I believe they have hemp. Miss me with hemp. The flavor for me is like meh, at best. But it also, I don't know why some things are labeled as like high protein or protein and stuff like that. I've made a video on that already. Hemp protein is one of them. I think at the other grocery store, I saw another vegan protein powder from Bob's Red Mill, and the macro ratios were ridiculous. It's like, okay, I'm getting 17 grams of protein per serving, but then I'm also getting about the same in carbohydrates. So that's just like, I don't have a problem with carbohydrates. I really don't. But I also don't have a problem getting carbohydrates and everything, right? So if I want a protein powder, I want a protein powder. I want a powder that is, the majority of it is coming from protein. So hence, here's my receipt at Trader Joe's. You don't need to know how much I spent at Trader Joe's for these measly few items, but such is the state of the world. We're doing our best. So I got Orgain. Now, my previous experience with Orgain, this was many, many moons ago when I first turned vegan. This must have been 2006, maybe, no, what am I talking about? 2016, I knew there was a 6 in it, 2016, 2017, something like that. It was not the best experience, but, you know, certainly my palate has changed, and the formulas certainly probably have changed. This is the organic protein boost. So Orgain, you'll notice they have many different types, but they all kind of have the same label, so you have to really read what's going on there. This one, I believe, is the one with the best macros, because some of them it's like, okay, 21 grams of protein, 17 of carbs, and you're like, the fuck is happening here? So this one is 21 grams of protein and 7 grams of carbs, 3 of which are fiber. and 3 are added sugars. So, you know, it is what it is. This one is organic pea protein, and that's pretty much it. It's just a pea protein powder. So, but this one has 14 servings and it was $14.99. So these two together was $30. I got a chocolate and I got a vanilla just to be able to try out both of them. My original plan for the vanilla was to get the matcha powder that they had, but their matcha powder mix has a lot of sugar and it also has some milk. So that was not, that was just a no for me. Their plain matcha was very pricey, and I was having second, third, and 15th thoughts. So I put it back. I have plenty of stuff to jazz up this vanilla one. I typically don't really like just a plain vanilla shake, but I have loads of berries and fruits in my freezer, so so that's probably where I'm going with this. The chocolate also great with the berries, surely, and then I also have some I don't know if you can see it, some PB2 or PB Fit, or I don't know which brand that is, but it's peanut butter protein powder, which is great, of course, with chocolate. What's next? Oh, okay. So what had happened was, listen, this is not becoming a staple. This is what, the second, third time I bought it. Okay, maybe it's a staple. In any case, I really like this Classic Mule from Reed's brand. You know, it is what it is. We gotta have fun with it. We gotta have fun with it. Also, it's only this usually lasts me like a week, 2 weeks. Actually, no, yeah, it usually lasts me longer than that. But you know, you have one every once in a while, and it's a fun drink to have. I also am probably gonna have a Star Trek night with a friend, so I will bring one. Oh no, they're sober. Oh no, I'll just have to drink it myself. Oh. Anyway, okay, so here goes that bag. Don't break. Everything's fine. Okay. This, I have to introduce you to my new bag. Listen, yes, I'm trying to save money, be economical, this and that, but this, first of all, it was $9 at Lidl. Right? I don't know if they still have it. You know how Lidl is. It's like here today, gone tomorrow. So that was the the mindset that I was in, but it was $9. Okay. And it is a cooler backpack. I'm trying to be outside this summer, and I don't already have a cooler backpack. I do have a hiking backpack, which isn't very insulated, and I have like a backpack for work, because I walk to work most of the time. So this is just another backpack that is good for keeping things cool, for coming back from the grocery store. This is around about how much I usually buy anyway with that tote bag, unless I'm going to BJ's where the portions are much greater. I need a bigger backpack. In any case, this will be my Trader Joe's regular grocery store backpack if I'm walking farther. This actually could also be really helpful with BJ's when I have a few things that need to keep cool, and then I'll just kind of bring my little wagon thing for the other items. I don't know. In any case, I found good use for it, and I'm really excited about it, clearly. So I'm going to open it up and show you what's going on in here. The only thing is, I don't like the brand name. I hate when brand names of stuff are there. Well, except for places that I love to go to. So I might like put a sticker or something on it. It's kind of, the material is probably okay for something like that, or a patch or something. I don't know. Okay, so this, oh my gosh, it has a compartment up top as well. Maybe for like juices or maybe ice packs or something like that. I mean, I love it. I'm just going to obsess over this for the rest of my life. This is the extra mushrooms that I mentioned. So, I have some Bonza pasta, and it's been sitting in my cupboard back here staring at me for quite some time. It's one lonely little box. I usually meal prep pasta for the week, so that one box is like 2-3 servings, you know what I mean? But I'm gonna use it, and so this is what I will use it for. I'm gonna use the Bonza along with the beefless ground. That will be enough protein per serving for me. It'll end up being somewhere around 30 grams of protein, so that's going in with that. And then I'm using this pizza sauce. They had tomato pasta sauces and stuff there. All of them had like 500 milligrams of sodium per serving. Most of them. Well, the ones that were a decent price, right? I'm not going to Trader Joe's to spend regular place prices, right? So I'm going to get the most affordable thing when I'm there. But, so not to say the other ones were better or worse. I just didn't look at them. The ones that were a decent price for what I was getting, I mean 500. And then you got to think you're putting other stuff in it too, right? The pasta has a little bit already. I'm not counting that, but any kind of like meat substitute or anything else you're putting in it is also going to have, right? So miss me with that crazy high sodium. But in any case, so I saw this pizza sauce, and why not? I mean, sure. Yes, it has a little bit of sugar in it, but such is life. This has 4 servings in it, and only 220 milligrams of sodium. And so along with this, which also has that's potassium. 270 per serving. Do you know what I mean? Like it's altogether, it's still not the best, but it's much better than having 550 per serving. Not only that, this, I'm going to stretch it out. I'll probably put maybe half of, no, wait, this was what? Oh yeah, this was 4 servings. So I'll probably use this whole thing actually, and then add some tomato paste if I need to stretch out the sauce a little bit, because this serving size is, it's for pizza, right? So we'll see how that goes. That to me sounds like a lovely time. I have plenty of greens still left over. I have some kale, I have some spinach in the freezer, and then I have green beans. So there's plenty of veg that I can and will add to that. Even some broccoli, which, would be really nice. This was an emotional purchase. I just love fermented stuff. So I still have a little bit of sauerkraut left, but this is going to be a great addition to that. Some spicy fermented Napa cabbage. This is the Trader Joe's one. How spicy is it? I don't even remember. I've definitely had this before, but I don't think it was really that spicy from what I remember, but we shall see. As you know, at Trader Joe's, you got to get your organic tofu. I have another one of these still in my refrigerator, so this will be like 4 servings altogether, right? So I usually do half of this. I may, depending on what I have it with. No, I'm gonna have this in a stir fry. Like remembering my plan as I'm going here. So half of this block in the stir fry along with a multitude of vegetables. I'll have peppers, I will have the mushrooms, I will have onions, I will have green beans, and I will have the broccoli. I really do have a lot of broccoli, and I don't use like too much per meal. I still have some of that curry paste left over. I still have some stir fry sauce and other sauces that I can use in a stir fry. So that will be where that tofu goes. I also have, I think 2 tofus left over from Lidl. So those will also be that. So I'll definitely have a tofu and veg stir fry or Thai curry throughout the week, along with, y'all don't laugh at me. Look. This is the brown rice from Trader Joe's, the frozen brown rice. Convenience, y'all. Convenience. Okay, there's a lot going on. I'm keeping busy. I'm out in the streets. Okay. So sometimes having convenience items is really the name of the game. All right. And what else do we have here? This one last item. Oh, yes. So I have been obsessed with making that salad that I showed several videos ago of kale, that what is it called? Good Foods dill pickle dip as the dressing, along with some, well, this looks sad, along with some coleslaw mix. Okay. For this amount of cabbage and carrots, I'm embarrassed that I bought this. I am embarrassed. But like I said, sometimes convenience is the name of the game. I will be able to not spend time shredding this and doing all that sort of stuff. I literally have zero prep time today. I should be eating instead of doing this, as a matter of fact, because I'm attending a virtual conference, but like literally until like 9. And like zoom in to see the time. What time is it actually? Lord above. So I even like had to do video chats with my clients today, because I just, time is of the essence, and I'm trying to be less and less busy these days, more easeful. And it's a work in progress. It is a work in progress, but that'll be me soon. That'll be me soon. But we're in the growing pains time of that. But in any case, so this will be in the salad. Like I said, I'm going to get a big old bowl, actually. This is, oh Lord. Okay, this is typically what I do for this salad. I get this huge bowl with this lid. Okay, I put my shredded kale or torn kale in here. I've already, the bag that I got last week of kale, or the week prior, was from BJ's. So there was a ridiculous amount of kale in there. And what I did is I have one of those kind of containers where you can put your greens and vegetables in, and I took off the stems, because you know when they tear it up they leave the stems there for some reason. The stems are not bad, they're totally edible, but you know, so I take them out, I put them in the compost, and I have them. So what I'll do now is I will throw them all in here. Well, how much can fit? I'll throw this entire bag, since there's not much, for $2.49. Anyway, I'll throw all of that in here, mix it up, pour in some of that dressing, and that's a salad that I can eat throughout the week. I can have that with a sandwich. I can have that with the pasta as the side for the pasta. I can have it as a snack even, savory snacks. I'm into it. And so that is my meal plan for the week. Breakfast will be, as I'm testing both of these out, breakfast will be a slew of berries and protein powder. I'll also probably try to add some chia seeds in there, you know, grind up the chia seeds, and oh no, I have flax seeds. So I'll have flax seeds along with that very berry protein mix. Pray for me. If these are not yummy, I will be very sad. But they have to be, right? I mean, these are like a hot item, right? I mean, you'll see this brand literally everywhere. If they were bad, they wouldn't be on the shelves, right? Right? So it'll make me feel good about this. Okay, I will have the pasta, right? The Banza pasta. Actually, let me bring everything out that I need to kind of sort things out. There might be some things that I can prep before the conference starts. So I just realized these are shells. It's still pasta. I was trying to reserve that for some like cheesy-esque sauce, but look, this is what we got. And on the plan is pasta. So boom, there it is. Okay, so I have pasta. Okay, my breakfast, my meal one. And I have my stir fries with that. So those will be quick to assemble. A stir fry takes about, what, 15 minutes or so, not even. So I'll leave these along over here with the rice, and I can put those in the fridge. This, I will definitely prep the salad pretty much right now, right after I hit stop there. Or maybe I'll show it to you as I'm doing it. So that'll be that. And then this right here goes... This right here also goes in the freezer because I don't have an intent for that this week, but that will get done. So yeah, so stir fry, pasta, and pretty hefty shake as much as I can. Actually, maybe I can have some like just buttered toast for breakfast. You know, along with the shake if I need something more substantial, or maybe some like kind of peanut butter. I knew I should have brought peanut butter. I was in that aisle and I was like, I don't need peanut butter this week. No. I'll just make the peanut butter with that. And so that's it. That's it. So next clip, you may or may not see me doing my kale salad, but on it, it's so simple. You throw the things in the bowl. It's not a recipe. As a matter of fact, y'all don't need to see that. Okay. If you want to see me making more foods, I'm not a chef. I can put things together that are healthy and healthy adjacent, that are going to push me towards my goal. This is what it's about. You don't have to be a chef. You don't have to be a Michelin star, You don't have to be the best with chopping and knife skills and all of that. You really do not. And I don't want that to be a barrier for people. And the barrier that exists as far as knowing what to buy, how to think about planning your meals and going forward with that. That's what I'm trying to teach. That's what I'm trying to help y'all with in these types of videos. I don't think you need to see me chopping very badly. And I have shown, and every time someone says, oh my God, I thought you were going to chop off your finger, I thought the same too. And there have been times where I have. So, you don't need to see that, but, ask and thee shall receive. So there's that. So I'm glad to be here. I'm glad that you're here with me, and I would like for you to stick around. If you found any of this interesting, if you like kind of looking at what other people are buying at the grocery store, talking through how they're going to make healthy meals out of it, you might want to stick around. Hit that like button so that the algorithm knows that you like this sort of content. Hit that subscribe button so that they know to send you the rest of my videos as they come out. And leave a comment. What did you get this week? Did you shop at Trader Joe's? Do you not have a Trader Joe's near you? What's on your menu this week? Let me know. All right. Well, it was great talking to you. Have a great rest of your week. Bye.